folks, welcome back to another review with yours truly, Sam Healey. Today we're taking a look at this little guy right here, the Carl Critchlow Special Guest box set of miniatures for Zombicide Black Plague. Now, for those of you who may not know who he is, Carl Critchlow is a famous artist that has done a lot of work for games like Magic the Gathering. He's also done some Judge Dredd comics, and he's also done probably one of his most famous lines is Thrud the Barbarian that first showed up in a White Dwarf from Games Workshop a while ago. And so he's done a lot of good stuff. You can check out his website. It has a lot of good art on there. It has some art that you can buy too if you wanted to do that. But anyway, we're going to take a look at the miniatures and their special abilities and how they work inside Zombicide Black Plague. So let's get down to the table and I'll show you. So this is what you're going to be getting in a box of the Special Guest Artist Carl Critchlow box set for Zombicide Black Plague. You're going to be getting 3 of his characters that have been sculpted and molded based upon his drawings, of course. And then you're also going to be getting another Necromancer to use in the game that comes with special rules. You'll get a couple of other bases, though, that fit these big fellas, and so forth and so on. If you don't speak English, never fear, because it also comes with enough cards with 5 different languages on them for all of the different characters. So that they've taken care of you. What's funny though is that Thrud is Thrud no matter what language you're talking about. So first of all, we have the Necromancer Tume Kupa. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but as you can see, the model itself is very nicely detailed and what you have probably come to expect from the rest of your Zombicide Black Plague miniatures and so forth and so on. Just good detail all around. Probably will be a lot of fun painting this guy. But his special ability here is that he always spawns with a standard abomination. So he's always coming on the board with an abomination. And if there are none, if there are no more abominations available, then all the abominations that are out there get an extra activation. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool effect. Nasty effect, really, from the point of view of the survivors. But let's get on to the other characters. And here we have Thrud the Barbarian. If you look at his model, again, the detail is astounding on this thing. I still don't know why. I know it's just the artist's style, but his head is so incredibly small. That's amazing. The axe is going to have some TLC applied to it before painting, but the detail on this model is just amazing, really nice, and it's nice in a big chunky model. So I like those kinds of things a lot better than small models. So Thrud the Barbarian is a cool cat as far as the model is concerned, but his character abilities are also cool. Barbarian here means that a survivor can substitute the dice that the weapon is giving him to roll with the number of zombies in the zone in which he is attacking. So that's a huge ability, and he starts off with it. If he goes up here, Bloodlust Melee, you can move up to 2 zones and then get a free melee attack. Super Strength means that the weapon that you're using takes on the strength of 3 whenever it's being wielded by that guy. So that's huge as well once you get him up to that orange level. And then Shove all the way down here in the red means that you can pick a zone that is 1 space away from the zone that you're in and push any number of zombies into that zone. Of course, it has to be a clear line between the two. You can't go through walls or anything like that, but still a really cool ability here. And then his backpack can hold an axe instead of some other kind of item, for clothing. So that's Thrud the Barbarian. And here we have the Black Current, and again, his model is Again, just amazingly detailed. The only thing about this model is, how does the guy walk through doors with his horns that are coming out of his helmet and everything like that? But again, we suspend reality. Yes, it's a very detailed model. This is probably my favorite model out of the group in this actual box, but I just love the way it looks. The little bird perched on the horn up there, the great sword in his hand, everything is just really, really good on this one, and I am going to definitely have fun painting this one, I think. So his special abilities here, let's fix that a little bit. His special abilities are pretty much basic. He's got a couple of words, shove, just like with Thrud the Barbarian. He can shove zombies to an adjacent space. He also has Ironhide, which means that even if he's not wearing armor in his clothing slot there, he still gets an armor save of 5+ whenever he gets hit. So that's really cool. He also has Reaper Melee, which means that whenever he's making a melee attack, if he uses that ability, one of the hits that he's ascribing that turn actually can kill an additional zombie. He can only do that once per turn, but it's still really cool. One of his hits knocks out 2 zombies, and he does get the extra experience for it as well. So the Black Current is actually really cool character. I love the model. Very cool. Let's move on. And then finally from this box set we have the Persephone model, and this one is, again, sound like a kind of like a broken record here because the detail on the model is just amazing. It has that Valkyrie look to it that I think is pretty cool, and just a lot of good detail on the model. I like the casual, fighter pose that's given, like business as usual, zombies all over the place, who cares, let's get to it, that type of thing. Really cool model. The special abilities, she starts off with +1 die roll in melee combat. She also down here gets Bloodlust combat. Now the difference here is that instead of the Bloodlust melee that we've seen already with one of the other characters, this one she can with any kind of combat roll, whether it's melee, ranged, or magic, she can get that +2 to movement and then get a free combat action in that zone that she ends up in that has at least 1 zombie. So that's pretty cool. Then at the very bottom she has this ability for 6s to become exploding dice. So if she rolls a 6 during melee combat, she gets to add she gets to roll another die, and if that one is a 6, she rolls another die, and it just can explode like that if she keeps rolling those 6s. So that's a pretty cool, albeit probably less likely to happen a lot, but still cool. I like exploding dice in combat games sometimes. So that is the Carl Critchlow box set of miniatures for Zombicide Black Plague. I really enjoy all of the things that came in this box set. I think the special characters, the survivors that come in the box are all very cool, especially Thrud the Barbarian. Of course, that's probably the headliner here, being probably one of his most famous characters. He really adds something to it, especially having that super strength once you get him up to the orange level, being able to have 3 strength to any weapon that he wields. That's amazingly cool in my opinion. I really like that. But I also like all of the other 2 characters that come in it as well. The additional Necromancer that comes in the game, also good. Gives you a little bit of variety for the Necromancers that come out. Makes it a little bit tougher because he always shows up with an abomination, or he gives an extra activation to those abominations that are already on the board. So, that makes the game a little bit more difficult, but hey, more fun too. So all in all, I think while this isn't necessary, of course, for you to buy, it is kind of a luxury item for the base game. It's still very cool, and if you've got the extra cash, I think you should probably go out and get it. I think it'll add a lot of spice to your Black Plague game, and the models are just phenomenally done. The molding, the artwork behind the molding, the sculpting, everything, just amazingly well done. Very, very good. 2 thumbs up for me for the Carl Critchlow box set for Zombicide Black Plague. We'll see you guys on the flip side.